Hi, what I have in front of me is a little doll's house piece of furniture made of wood. It is probably something that you would put in the kitchen or the dining room of a doll's house. Now, this one does actually come with a set of other furniture that I have. But as you can see, it's been made with wood, probably plywood, to be honest. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Sometimes you can tell what wood has been used by the grain. I would say it's been made quite well, to be honest, but it's very plain in its outlook. And I think the reason why it's this colour is to basically enable the buyer to then do what they want with it and basically change the colour of the actual furniture to suit the house. Now, originally, a lot of sort of like Victorian, Edwardian style vintage dolls' houses, the furniture in them would be quite a dark wood. Whereas in today's society, a lot of people don't like the dark staining of furniture. So the best way to obviously upcycle old furniture is to basically get rid of the stain. It's the staining and the dark staining in the wood and basically sand it back. And I've done that with some of my furniture in my house. Some people have liked it, some people haven't. Some people have then gone for like the shabby chic look where you put chalk paint on the furniture. Now with this item, I don't actually have a doll's house to put it in. I do have a doll's house. I have one that my dad made me, but I don't have it to hand. It's at my mother's. I'm hoping it's still there. But because we don't talk to each other anymore, the likelihood is I will never get it back. Now, the other thing to bear in mind is with doll's house furniture, it can vary in scale depending on the size of the doll's house. Some doll's houses can be quite small and then some can be quite big. So once you've got the template of this drawn out, basically via computer-aided design. I don't know how to use CAD on a computer. I was hoping to go back to college to learn computer-aided design, but unfortunately they told me that I couldn't do computer-aided design at college because I failed the entrance level qualifications for English, maths and science in order to do the course. But give me some graph paper and a ruler or even a vernier gauge, and I could draw this to scale for you. But what I was struggling was being able to use the software to do it. So I do have a friend in Bolts, Mr. A. Baxter. That is what he does for a living. His qualification and his degree that he did was in aerospace and design and engineering. And a lot of the work that he does is computer-aided design. So if I was to give this to him and he was to plot it out to put onto a computer, what could then happen with this is it could be then fed to a machine that could then cut out all of these pieces for you to scale because the computer would read the software. Obviously, the way I'm going to do it is the way that you would do it before technology came along, and that is basically with line paper, or graph paper as it's called, and a ruler and a vernier gauge. And that will give you the same thing, it's just not going to be in CAD format. So it's not going to be on a computer. So anyone who obviously wanted to reproduce this type of furniture, that are the two ways that it could be done. Reverse engineering by obviously taking this and making and doing a template that you could then copy, or computer-aided design, which means you would still take a template, but it would be put into a computer system, like TurboCAD, for example, and you would then be able to mass produce this item because it's already in the computer. You could then use something like material like MDF or plastic, depending on the thickness and the blade you're using, even a cry cutter. if it could obviously cut the type of material that you were looking for, it could then cut out all of these sections, which are all rectangles and squares. No, mainly rectangles, to be honest. And then once it's all been flat packed, just like IKEA furniture, you could then send it out flat packed or send it out pre-assembled. So this is something I will be doing with my little boy, because me and his dad would really, really like him to learn how to do computer-aided design. And okay, not everybody who uses, say, a 3D printer does computer-aided design for a living. You can buy the software offline, but I think it's really useful to know how to do it yourself. So we will attempt to do this together later on in the week or as a working project, and then we will get some material and we will look at reproducing our own. So thank you very much for watching the video, and please keep subscribing.